Great radio, easy to upgrade, great quality for the price. Baofeng UV-5R two-way radio dual band 144 billion, 148 million. The item is sold by Baofeng. Frequency range 144,000. Please kindly know that UV-5R would not transmit without this frequency range. 128 channels, 50 CTC-SS and 104 CDC-SS dual-band display, dual freak. Display dual stand B. Ab band independent operation, keypad lock. Display dual stand B. Ab band independent operation, high-low TX power selectable. Busy channel lockout clo. Voice companding 50 CTC SS14 DC S-coder tone searching tricolor background light selectable. 9 grades Vox selectable. High-low TX power selectable. Busy channel lockout clo 128 channels, 50 CTC SS and 104 CDC SS dual-band display dual freak. Large LCD display emergency alert 12. Easy to program via PC. Support chirp quick programming. Emergency alert. Fixed switchable LED flashlight. High-low RF power switchable. Support manually program. Fixed switchable LED flashlight. Height-low RF power switchable. 4.5 out of 5 stars. The Baofeng UV-5R two-way has a total of 5,883 reviews. Product linked in the description below. The first review is from Alex. Great radio, easy to upgrade, great quality for the price. 5.0 out of 5 stars. The Baofeng UV-5R is the best radio ever made. That may sound ridiculous for a 20 handheld, but stay with me for a minute. Honestly, the only real reason I can see to get a more expensive handheld is for something a bit more durable, or something capable of digital modes like DMR25. There is a lot of value in the fact that I don't have to worry about breaking or losing it, which is something you don't really get from any other radio. This radio isn't perfect, but it gives you everything you need to get started with radio communication for less than I would pay to eat out for dinner once. And while it's not the most durable, if you do break it you're only out 20. I say it isn't the most durable, but that doesn't mean it's flimsy either. I was really surprised when I picked mine up for the first time and found it surprisingly heavy. The plastic the radio is made out of doesn't feel flimsy at all either. The keypad also isn't great. It feels fine, but it's very easy to accidentally double press a button, which is a little annoying. If you have ever been so much as curious about radio communication, definitely pick one of these up and play around with it. Maybe watch some YouTube videos on how to set it up, though the instructions aren't great. This review is from Michael M. There is no other radio that offers all of the basic features you might want in a handheld at this price, and honestly I would recommend the UV-5R over any other radio under 100, because any additional features you would get out of another radio in that price range won't be enough to justify the increased cost over the UV-5R. The UV-5R isn't perfect, the stock antenna isn't very good, but for another 20 you can get a Nagoya 771 antenna that works great with it. And if the battery it comes with is lasting long enough for you, you can get an extended 3200 mAh battery that will easily last you all day. They also make the radio look a lot. Very good radio for the price. Can't beat the price. 4.0 out of 5 stars. It does well on TWAM and Saventic. Good audio quality for such a small speaker. The mic picks up very well even at arm's length. The TX power will provide decent range. There is a nice bonus. No problem hitting repeaters 10 miles away through rough terrain. The only complaint I have is the difficulty with programming new settings on the radio itself. The menu could be improved, and the whole process could be a lot easier. Have fun. Just remember, please keep it legal. When you see the word factory displayed on the screen, the radio will be unlocked. This radio will actually transmit from 136 ms up to 519 ms, including GMRS, FRS frequencies, but you must unlock it first. To do this, turn your radio off, press and hold the VFOMR MON and PTT buttons while turning the radio back on. This review is from Judy Grablewski. We don't need these bands getting trashed like CB did. Amazing for what it is and how cheap it is. 5.0 out of 5 stars. The stock antenna is pretty good compared to the other more expensive Baofengs, but upgrading to a Nagoya Na771 removes a ton of the faint background hiss on both RX and X, as well as increasing the X range quite a bit. If you buy the extended battery or even just another standard battery, you will have more battery life than you know what to do with, unless you are constantly transmitting with Vox, or you're constantly listening to FM radio with the volume turned up. This little radio is extremely powerful and has a great battery life, multiple days of standby power if you enable power saving mode and don't transmit, and it has a removable antenna so you can attach something like a Nagoya Yagi or custom coaxial antenna to it. It has quite a few nice features but nothing digital, and doesn't have true dual watch monitoring. But with TDR turned on for me, I'm able to monitor 2 frequencies and pick which one I care about more, so if they're both active it will let me listen to the preferred frequency. As far as ease of use, you will need the manual to decipher the different options in the settings menu. It has X and X codes for accessing those repeaters and supports DTMF codes for dialing into internet relay repeaters or Ecolink repeaters. Finally, regarding programming, you do not need to get the programming cable, as you can do everything right from the radio. There are some websites out there that give a more detailed breakdown of the menu options and their descriptions, as well as YouTube videos to demonstrate more complicated things like programming or connecting 2 Baofengs to make a mobile repeater. Both of those capabilities require a different cable not included. If you want to look up different frequencies of your local repeaters and store them in the memory channels, you can do that pretty quickly and easily right from the radio once you learn the flow. From my bench, I couldn't really pick up any additional FM radio stations when scanning through the entire FM range using the Nagoya versus the stock antenna, but what I did notice was that every single station came through crystal clear after swapping the antenna, whereas before it would pick them all up. But some stations definitely had poor reception, unless I would walk all around. I tried it with all the Virginia repeaters and found that only 1 or 2 ever had any traffic. Where the programming cable comes in handy is when you want to add a hinged number of preprogrammed channels to the radio, but IMO there is no need for that. Then when you're ready to come back, just save the West Coast profile to the computer and restore the East Coast profile. 25 UHF durability commercial commuter display tricolor inverted tricolor high gain 7 antenna updated in-depth user's guide. Aviti TWOP 7 high power 3rd gen Aviti TWOP commercial employer model of X3 Tribender model 5 IT high power 3rd gen fight variants 2nd gen of Fiver variants 2nd gen output 7 watt max 5 watt max 5 watt max 8 watt max 45 watt max 45 watt max speaker output 1. Product linked in the description below. Our first question is from David Stewart. Is this an older version that works like before changes in March, or does this just receive? None of the UV-5Rs are legal for transmission on GRMS, FRS, MURS, although many are capable. These are legal to transmit on ham bands for those with license ME, not a ham but MGROL-GRMS. These are legal to transmit on ham bands for those with license ME, not a ham but MGROL-GRMS. See less? Question from Ronald Burden. It remains perfectly legal to own all of these. It's only transmission on FCC unauthorized frequencies that are illegal and are prohibited. I own 2 of these capable of transmission on all frequencies due to broad range of reception options all the time, and foresee more. None of the UV-5Rs are legal for transmission on GRMS, FRS, MURS, although many are capable. The term walkie-talkie means any handheld radio. These frequencies are primarily ham bands and do indeed need a license. If I use these for a walkie-talkie, do I need a license? Although it will also cover GERS bands as well, you still need a license to use, and because the antenna can be removed, that makes these illegal to use for that. I own 2 of these capable of transmission on all frequencies due to broad range of reception options all the time, and for reception during catastrophic events, although if immediate life or death issue and no other communication is available, any transmission by anyone is appropriate and legal to save a life. Now for his channels, I'm not sure about a see more. The term walkie-talkie means any handheld radio. These frequencies are primarily ham bands and do indeed need a license. Or buy a first radio and don't worry about it, see less. Although it will also cover GERS bands as well, you still need a license to use, and because the antenna can be removed, that makes these illegal to use for that. Now for his channels, I'm not sure about as far as legally using them, but I'm also not sure this will even transmit on those channels. You can listen all you want, but if you push that talk button and you're reported, which many areas hams will happily do, prepare for a 25,000 fine. Question from Threed Creations FL. Can you use this with a technician class license in the US? See less? This license also allows for some limited privileges on the HF, also called shortwave bands, used for international communications if you want to use it. Product linked in the description below. For more content like this, please subscribe and click the bell icon so you are notified of new uploads. We upload new videos every day. See you next time.